Hi and welcome to Magic Scanner website, a fundamental stock selector for KLSE and SGX financial market. You're about to learn the secrets to raking in double to triple digit return per annum in trading or investing, no matter how much time you've had to prepare. It doesn't matter if you've never had any past experience or education, this Magic Scanner will tell you everything you need to know without spending too much brain power. This is unlike any tool you'll find out there. It's the edge that most analysts and fund managers want or have. Go ahead and get yours now.
Welcome to another Friday chart clinic, dated 14th of June 2013. Welcome all of you. It has been the last time we had was last week, where we did talk about the June 2013 stock market comment. And having said that, that was how we are doing it. June 2013. So we did talk about market correction at that time when the market was at the 1750. Can you all still hear me? Is my sound coming in nice? All right. Okay, just want to do a sound check. The sound is coming out. So this is what we saw last week. By the way, tomorrow we are doing our investor club at the ninth floor at Jupiter Securities. It's going to be a private kind of meeting. CY Park potential. Okay, I will take a look at CY Park for you. Okay, let's look at that one. Stocks. CY Park. There was also another request. Someone just sent me in an email to ask me to look at here earlier on. Let me see. This from Edison. Probably is Patimas and MBSB. Okay, MBSB and Patimas. Okay, it's just too many stocks. We may not want to do it. Okay. What else? Okay, YTL. Okay, YTL. Okay. So today, I'm just going to be talking about IPOs, about AirAsia IPOs. And if you look, let me just Google AirAsia IPOs and what I personally think of it. So you can look at AirAsia IPO. Okay, so we can just see this. Okay, updating on IPO. That's any of the blocks. Good morning. Down 2% this video. What's up? Oh, Parkson. Okay, we still got Parkson. Stocks are coming in nicely now. What else you want me to comment? Parkson. Oh yeah, don't buy Parkson lah. Get rid of Parkson. Okay. Okay. These days, what's up? Okay. So as you can see, let me just go back to here. Now, like it or not, AirAsia IPO, my personal feeling about AirAsia IPO is that currently it is, I'm not too favorable of IPOs anyway. Most IPOs at this time, if I'm not missing, valuation is at high 20s or even 30s. So if AirAsia is valued at 30 times, based on this article, I would think, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the right valuation? Those people who is going to be buying AirAsia X, is that 20 times or 30 times? Right, maybe some of you can comment. I'm not in the favor to buy AirAsia X, in the reason why, because airline industry tends to be very volatile depending on it, and along the lines. Okay, good. Someone can comment. Supposed to attend aviation 11, but forgot to go for this seminar. All right, Jason. Okay. Let me know if it's a 20 to 30 times, then it is very similar to the IH IPO X in here. Unlike IPO Asia, there is a lot of plans that have been talked about, and interesting enough, we haven't seen any corner investor for IPO X. As a matter of fact, they've been going around town appealing to a lot of retailers. So that is my suspicion. My experience also last heard with Maxis is things that is difficult to get. Okay, things that is difficult to get, especially in IPO, tends to be good, right? Things that are easy to get, especially in this case, is appealing to all retailers. Just be very careful of it. Now, a lot of IPOs tend to be priced lower, 10 to 15% of the market value. In this case, I think it's 1 ringgit 45 cents for IPO. So there is a good chance it may open up about $1.50, $1.60. Now, to me, I see this more as a trade. Now, if you put in your IPO and they happen to select you, okay, and it's just like buying a 4-digit Magnum Toto. So you got hold of it. 4 Magnum Digi Toto, you got hold of it, and that's good. Once you get hold of it, that's like winning 10% now. Well, if you look back on the last IPO that we had, which is under metrics, let me pull the chart out here. You could see the market has sort of turned relatively so-called calm about it. Now, this was if you could see, can you all see the chart? Tell me if you can see the chart first. Okay, now you can see it. Okay, so you can see the chart in here. You will notice that the chart here is open up. This stock was around 2 ringgit 20 cent is the IPO price. So the market gap up to $2.70 opening, which is a 50%, 50 cents premium, not 50% premium. And since then, the market really sold off to 255. That somehow formed a base for the market. Now, a lot of IPOs tend to have this kind of a trend. It is very important. Once the trend is highlighted, at least for the next 3 to 4 weeks, a base will be built. This is what I'm talking about here. Now, once you have this base in here, you don't want to be broke. Now, let's look at IAH for the same manner. Okay, how to trade the IPO stocks. Okay, so when IAH was listed, 310 in here, at the time they were saying the possible price is 3 ringgit 20 cents, a fair price. So it's still hovering in here. So this is my point here. If you were to get in for IHX, make sure you have a base support here, and it shouldn't be broken. Now, same thing what we have done for K metrics, okay, and the same will go for, see here, this is the base building, which is around 255, 256 level here. Right, 255, 256 level in here. That's the level to be holding up our support level in here. So if you were to buy that day when AirAsia X is listed, prices will go up to $60, but I don't think it would come down to $50 because the IPO price is 145. Okay, so 150 should have some sort of support there for that manner. So is what I've said make sense to you? Just want a feedback. Do what I say make sense? Okay, so you must have some sort of support level like what we saw with metrics here and also IHH. Okay, good. Thanks a lot. That's all I need. So at least try to make your 10% if you do subscribe to AirAsia X, whatever the amount is. And if it does break below the support level, in this case, it will be a support. The same goes for AirAsia X and the same goes for metrics. And let's go back to IH here. Okay, you will have 3 ringgit 10 cents. 3 ringgit 10 cents. Okay, tune up is up 50%. Oh, that's right. Let's look at TuneAir. Yes, that's right. TuneAir is again, it's a retail play. A lot of things have been priced in for TuneAir in there. With regards to AirAsia, it does have a monopoly over in that sense. But again, I don't really like it because it's association with retail. Anybody could come into this business also. I know with the association TuneAir insurance, just like hotel, they will still maintain that edge, right? The 50% gain is definitely good. It does pay a small dividend, if I'm not mistaken, for TuneAir. Just a small dividend for that one. So it's just with any growth stocks from IPO. Okay, so that's all I want to say about the IPO for today. And next going forward is I will talk about this books to read. Someone just sent me about the books to read. And these are the few books you can write this down, right? And few books to really look at. Okay, and what do you think? We have two sides. The first list is definitely, of course, is all Bill's and Martin book. You can actually go to our website, if I'm not mistaken here, under online. I think I have a courses members. We still, I used to have a bookstore here. Let me see if it's still in here or not. Under courses, the books that we write, 3-day course. No, I think I took it out already. For that manner, I think it's online store, I believe so. Yep. Okay, this is our online store, and these are the books that we have. So definitely, those of you who's reading it, if you're interested, just send me an email because some of these books are not available at the bookstore yet. In here, it's called traderstruthreview.com online stores. All these books that we read. So this one is good, and I'm just going to go on here. The next one is DynaQuest, a stock performance guide. Very a good book is the stock performance guide. You can actually Google it. Let me just show you what I mean. Okay, stock performance guide. Uh, this is a fundamental book that actually tells you uh, what to look for in the company. It has a 10-year history. You can get this off from Kinokuniya, MPH bookstore, and they do 2 updates a year. Very good. It has a 4-year pricing, and this is the fundamental thing that I actually look at. For those of you, it's a good investment. Only 70 ringgit. You can look at it, and it does have a Chinese edition too. Really tells you about all the 900 world companies in KLSC. The last issue one was March 2013, which is only 3 months ago. It will be available in May 20, or you can get a copy of it from the nearest bookstore. Okay, next one is Benjamin Graham on Value Investing by Janet Law. This is a very good classic book that I have with me in front of me. Let me just tell you how does it look like. For that, let me just get into Google website here. Okay, right. And it's a very old book. You can get it on the old bookstores, Amazon.com. I have a copy in front of me in here. Talks about the lesson from Benjamin Graham, how he actually selected stocks in here. I remember I bought my copy for like what 10 ringgit, which is the Golden Book Center, St. Berhad bookstore. Can you all see it? Since then, they have a couple of reprints already. Just wait for. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay. Okay, good. Now we can see the screen. So this is the book by Benjamin Graham. Okay. The earlier one on DynaQuest, did y'all see it? If not, maybe just a recording for that one. Okay. Yes, so cheap. Okay. Right. So this is a good book that talks about how Benjamin Graham discovered the criteria to look at the stocks. One of the things that he talked about is called net. Huh? Net shares. That one of the projects that I will get it to my intern Tam here to do it. What it simply says that we are looking for companies. If you look at the current asset less the liability, which is definitely more than what it is. So those are the things. Those are the one that we are talking about, right? So this is that book over here, and the next one is Glenn Arnold. Okay, this book here that I have, also another interesting books that I have in front of me, which is I do read them, is called The Great Investor: Lessons from Investing the Master Trader. Okay, let me just tell you where they are and how it looks like. Okay, Glenn Arnold is the other book. Great book. Let me just put maybe this one. You can get it from MPH bookstore too. This is the one. Can you all see it? Okay, it should comes out now. Just wait for the screen to refresh. The Great Investor: Lesson on Investing from Master Trader. Okay, there you go. So this is the book that you will see in front of you. It talks a lot about focus on the value investor: Benjamin Graham, John Templeton, Warren Buffett, Peter Lynch, Anthony Bolton, Charles Munger, George Soros, and Phil Fisher. What it does is get into the brain of these people and really understand how they pick stocks. I think that's the whole point of it. A lot of time we find it, especially during now when the market is pulling back and there's a lot of correction, we find it is very difficult to have a very calm mind. Now if you look into the mind of this great investor, you will know how they think and how they do. So isn't that a benefit itself by just getting this book? I remember I bought mine for 70 ringgit. In this case, from an MPH bookstore. You can also get that one too. Okay. Then the last book, this is a great book by Dr. Neo Soon Kian, which is the owner of DynaQuest up in Penang. He wrote this book back in 1986, The Stock Market Investment in Malaysia and Singapore. And like it or not, this book has been out of print for almost 15 years. Now, currently, we are trying to together with another author, try to talk to Dr. Neo to rewrite this great classic in Malaysia called the Stock Market Investment Book in Malaysia and Singapore. And a lot of topics they touch, especially one topic that's talking about is dividend and relation to stock price. I've got a chance to take a look at the book. So this will be a great rewrite of this book and to update a lot of the content over the last so-called 14 to 15 years. And moving on to the VSA here, we have the Master the Market Tom William books that most of you heard of. You can download it from the website. If you need a copy of this book, just let me know and I can point you to it. It's a great book, talk about the VSA method in here, and a lot been said about it. We also do a lot of the material that is covered on Master the Market in here, with some of these updated from particularly for the KLSE and SGX in our foundation courses and main courses to give people the practical approach to the market than just reading a book. After all, you can't drive a car by reading a book, can you? Okay, you need to have some hands-on, and this is why we trade in. And perhaps the last book, not an easy book to read, is Trades About to Happen, a modern adaptation by Wyckoff Method, David Weiss. Okay, I'm not sure this has shown you a screen yet. It is now at the screen. This is this in here, and all VSA books that you're looking at now. Let me just show you David Weiss, which is, I believe, this book here. No, not this one. Oh, I think okay, this is David Weiss' book on his website, and that's David Weiss. He's almost about 72, 73. You know, my son saw him, he said he looked like Uncle Bill. He looked like Bill, right? But he's much taller and a bit more grayish with a beard in there, and that's David Weiss. I have not chance to meet him yet. He lives in Massachusetts, US, but one of these days I might just go up. Now, this book, Gary Dayton, Gavin Holmes, you know the common people in the VSA world. So it talks about his 20 years of experience in the bond market as well as the commodity market and futures market. He wrote this book on that. We have a copy of it, and let me tell you, it's not easy to read. All right, you need to have some experience on VSA, a very advanced book to really tell you about how Richard Wyckoff teach those methods in here. Something that people who wants to go to the next level. I mean, of course, the first book you want to read is the this book here, which is the Master the Market by Tom Williams. And after that, you might want to go up to David Weiss. And then finally, at third is any other VSA book that you come across on website. Okay, so is this okay for you? Is this fine for you all? Just want a feedback. Right? Is this okay for you? Okay, good. This is just the books to read. Okay. Hi, Martin. Oh, Ramli, would you consider yourself to be a fundamental and technical trader? I'm confused. Haha. Now, this is a good question. A lot of people ask me. I am both. You see, in terms of investing, you want to have as much edge as you can. That's important. The edge has to align itself. Both fundamental and technical has a role to play. Like the question is how to combine them. For example, I would only buy a stock if my fundamental and my technical align itself. Then I will buy it. But if I'm just trading, maybe I don't need to look at the fundamental. But since I'm investing, I generally look at both fundamental and technical. But if it's just trading, you can buy any conman share or speculative shares for that matter. You don't need to look at the fundamental. But if you want to have the edge of investing longer, to consistently, profit out, use both. And the key point is to become an educated investor. I think that's a goal for all of us, is to become an educated investor. The knowledge that is out there in the stock market and everywhere is more than anybody else. If you're passionate enough like me, constantly going out to learn more from the market, and you will gain both from a technical analysis perspective as well as fundamental. Do you all just agree what I've just said there? Right? Both fundamental and technical has a role to play. Okay. Do you all agree what I've just said there? All right, good. Thanks a lot, Jason. Yep. So I think the key thing is just not stick to one school, just fundamental, right? And able to have the flexibility to able to, just like if you're doing swimming, if you only know how to do one stroke, breast, so-called freestyle only, but at the point when you get tired, you need to swim breaststroke, right? So you combine breast and free. So I mean, just from analogy point looking, because I do a fair bit of swimming. Sometimes when you after swimming laps, you get tired, you want to swing breaststroke. So that's just the thought to it. Okay. And finally, now coming to the last part, we're just going to be reviewing the stocks here. I have SS4A is submit the stock for analysis is CY Park, MBSB, Patimas, YTL, and Parkson. Okay, let's take a look at them now. First one is